Barry asked a question that has a very surprising answer. Why am I unable to keep any of my New Year's resolutions? And why can't any of my school friends keep theirs? Did God make us defective because we can't keep New Year's resolutions? Well, you weren't made defective. It's just that when you have malcontent in your heart and you're not recognizing what it is, everything you do is defective. But that doesn't make you defective. In answer to Barry, our Creator did not make us defective in any way. He made us in His image and His likeness. He breathed His life into us so that we could operate creatively as another faith-filled speaking spirit. However, Adam chose to sin and allow Satan to degrade him. And all mankind became defective in their approach to God thereafter. They were malcontent. Adam had to listen for the rest of his life to Eve say, "Why can't you get me back into the Garden of Eden where I had everything I wanted?" That's malcontentment. You know? Why didn't you protect me from that Lemurian serpent thing? See, she had all these things of malcontentment, and she was unthankful for anything that had been done for her. And it passed on through the generations because of her. She was very malcontent after. Okay. Now let's look at why you cannot keep New Year's resolutions. One, New Year's resolutions as January 1st is a pagan festival that celebrates corruption, perversion, drunkenness, and malcontentment. Our Father cannot back anything committed to in this celebration. He will not look on sin. He will not participate in sin. So if you're participating in sin and making a resolution, you're doing it by your strength, not God's. There's no grace involved to empower you to keep a New Year's resolution. Sin and darkness cannot enter our Father's presence. So things that are done relating into the sin cannot enter into God's presence. Number 2 is New Year's resolutions are a program of self-will, self-glorification, and self-aggrandizement. No room for God. One cannot humble oneself under the mighty hand of God when one is attempting to self-perfection outside of Jesus. And that's what it's come down to. And the more you try and have this self-perfection, the more malcontentment takes over your life. And it has no mercy. who it attacks through you, or when it attacks you. It has no mercy. 3, the use of New Year's resolutions are so designed to bring failure, defeat, hopelessness, and self-rejection. We will claim that the I can'ts over every aspect of our life because we can't keep New Year's resolutions. They're not of God. What's not of God will not succeed in the end. This will empower the demons of malcontentment to become our God and controller when we start declaring ourselves a failure over New Year's resolutions. A defeatist, or living in hopelessness. Well, nothing ever works for me. Might work for somebody else, but nothing ever works for me. No. And then you get to self-rejection. And self-rejection will kill you. Number 4 is celebrating a pagan New Year's festival means that you are rejecting God the Father and the sacrifice of Jesus. His New Year is being rejected when you celebrate a pagan New Year. And you're also rejecting the rest of the holy feast days in order to mock your Father and mock the sacrifice of Jesus. Are you going to get rewarded with strength when you go out of your way to mock God? If somebody's mocking you, are you in favor of going and spending big amounts of money on them so they can mock you further? Are you going to give them access to everything in your house to mock you with? Why not? No. Well, none of these items that come with God's holy days are activated in New Year's. You don't have the covenants available to you in the pagan New Year of January the 1st. There's no blessing in it. There's no covenant in it. There's no strength in it. And there's no covenant protection in it. You cannot go under the wings of God and keep the New Year's festival. Again, there's no blessings where God hasn't declared them. You can't put a blessing into something that has been cursed by God. Won't work. Well, that also happens with prosperity. If you throw away God's festivals in order to keep a pagan festival, whether New Year's or one of the other ones, even if you're claiming it's to be with the family, prosperity cannot apply to you. It just can't. It avoids you. Instead, you are blessed by Satan to have debt, failure, loss, discouragement, despair, and dismay. All the things that the world fights for. And God tells you to get free of. So you got peace and joy in your soul. And all of these lead to oppression and more control by the demon malcontentment. You see, none of those things, when you're being attacked by them, are you thankful for. So Satan's, by bringing all these things on, is teaching you to stay in unthankfulness, to stay with malcontentment. He's not teaching you to be thankful, to be joyous, to be at peace. And do you really need to celebrate a pagan festival that's going to take your peace and joy away, your prosperity away,
or your life?
Or your life away? So all the resolutions you can make regarding it are just as worthless as all the tremendous blessings that Satan brings for you, like death, failure, loss, discouragement, despair, dismay. All those are worth fighting for, right? No, they're not. A New Year's resolution is not given a grace or empowerment to succeed. Ever. Not even if you make one, well, I'm going to spend an hour a day reading and studying my Holy Bible. Sorry, no grace given. You're celebrating a pagan day. The bad habits, the lust, the addiction, the anger, rage will continue inside your soul when no grace to overcome or to prosper or to become victorious is given by the Father. If our Father isn't blessing, giving his okay on it, and you're going to do it, don't expect good things out of it. It's not going to happen. So we thank Barry for this timely question. And we would be pleased if you could review the videos on malcontentment, possessed saints, the one on unthankfulness, the power of unthankfulness, I should say, so that you can understand the concepts that go in and how Satan has worked his plan and scheme to take you out of freedom and make you a slave to malcontentment and to emptiness in your life. So, shalom.